Hey, do you have a construction project in Kenya, be it a bungalow, mansionette, or apartment that you need constructed and you don't know where to start? Well, in this video, I'm going to take you through the processes that you need to take before you begin the actual construction.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind when we rewind. Feels so nice. We time, you I know how to make me feel right.
My name is Joanne, a project manager here at Inscape Enterprise Limited. And as per the introduction of the video, today I'm going to discuss the processes that you're supposed to take before you begin the actual construction process. So the first step, you will visit a design firm, or also known as the architectural firm or a consultancy firm. Here you will find an architect. An architect will ask you some information about your project. You need to give him this information so that it will aid or help him in the design process. So the first thing is the concept. This is the ideas, all the ideas you have about your home or about your dream home. The architect will list all these ideas and he or she will use these ideas in your design. The second thing that the architect will require from you is your budget. You need to give the budget so that the design is able to fit in your budget. Another thing that the architect needs to know is the location of your plot. This mostly aids in the helps in the costing process, since the location it determines the cost of materials. Another thing the architect needs to know is whether you have the ownership document of that particular piece of land. The next step is the site visit. The architect, together with the design team, that is the engineer and the land surveyor, will conduct a site visit into your site. And this one will help, since the architect will be able to know how the site looks like, and it will help in the orientation of the spaces. After visiting your site, the architect will be able to know where to place the kitchen, where to place the master bedroom, because there's how these spaces are supposed to be placed. The design team will also come to your site so as to assess the foundation details of your site. Here, the engineer will be able to capture the details about the foundation. In the third stage is the design stage. At this stage, the architect, after gathering all this information, he will sit down and give you a drawing that meets all these requirements. The engineer will provide the structural drawing, and here as Inscape, we'll also provide you with a 3D drawing. This is a visual walkthrough of your dream home, showing the finishes, showing the furniture's arrangement. In this way, you'll be able to have a clear view of how your house will look like. And from this juncture, you're able to say if you need some corrections made, or the construction can kickstart. After you're contented with your design, it's now time to do the approval process. We have two types of approval here in Kenya. We do the approvals at the county level and at the national level. At the county level, some documents from the design firm will be required, and some documents from client side will be required to aid in the approval process. One of the things required from the design firm is the architectural drawing. You'll need an architectural drawing to do the approval. The structural drawing will be required. The 3D drawing mostly is not required during the approval process. And from the client side, we will need the search that had not been done for a period more than 3 months ago. We also need the survey map, mostly collected from the Ministry of Planning. We also need the rates clearance certificate, and also a copy of your title will be required during this approval process. When the approval goes through, the projects go now to the approval at the county level, that is the NCA. And this process is done online, where you register your project and get the NCA registration number that will be used in the signboard. Remember, if you're doing an apartment, you will need to do the approval with the NEMA. And in case your plot is located near a water body, you will be required to do the WARMA registration for your project. After the approval is done, now the next process is the costing. Our quantity surveyor will prepare a bill of quantities together with specifications. These two documents will be used during construction process, as the specification has the quality of materials that needs to be used in this project. The specification details all the requirements that the materials are supposed to have in order to be used during the construction process. The BQ has the quantities of the materials need to be used and the rates that the contractor is using during the construction, and also the total amount that this project will take. Remember, earlier you had given the budget that you had, so this budget is supposed to be within this BQ. This bill of quantity, it's a very important document, as it will be used during the construction, and mostly this BQ will also be used during the payments. After preparing the bill of quantities and the costing is done, now it's time to get into the contract document preparations. So the number 6 step is the contract documentation, preparing all these documents that will be used during the construction